Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about City of Gangsters, a turn-based crime game based around the American Prohibition era. Before I get into the rundown, I want to make it really clear. This game doesn't live up to the pure perfection that was Gangsters Organized Crime, and that's a video that you can check out here. But it's an unfair comparison to make. And it's the same way a nicotine patch can scratch an itch of a chain smoker. This game certainly scratches an itch for a game similar that you can sink hours into in thousands of playthroughs. At first, this game really didn't sit well with me. I saw tons of flaws and generally viewed the whole gameplay loop as quite repetitive and dull. But after returning to the game last week after finding myself playing till 8 in the morning multiple days in a row, I can confidently say that if you're a fan of strategy and management games, give City of Gangsters a try. To start off your game, you have to pick from a variety of maps like Chicago, Atlantic City, Pittsburgh, Detroit, New York, or you can even generate your own custom map, which instantly, in my opinion, adds so much replayability to this game. After that, you create your character, choosing a nationality, which can be very beneficial if you end up finding business owners of the same nationality during your playthrough. You're given not quite detailed character creation, but more than you could need, being able to name what your group will be called, changing your clothing, your face, and picking a starting personality and skill which can benefit different aspects of your playthrough. As a little side note, I'm not going to go through the personalities and the starting skills because these are mainly down to preference of your playstyle and a little bit of roleplay, so I'll let you decide that for yourself. Once you hit play, the map will be generated in front of your eyes and you'll be placed down next to a business owned by your family member. From most of my tests, it's usually your character's uncle, but that's very irrelevant information, it's just a little fact for you. The business is what you're going to rely on to produce bootleg alcohol, stash your money and items, and generally just act as a hub for your organization as it grows. From here on out, it's down to you to explore, talk to business owners, do favors for them, buy and sell, set up trade routes with businesses, improve relations, expand your territory and fronts, and inevitably bump into your first rival outfit of small-time criminals. This is where the detail of the game really goes off the chart. Every single person in the city, including your group, has a list of connections and people that you know. That means business owners can be related to members of a rival crime group, police officers, even a member of the government. This makes for an interesting situation, such as in my current playthrough, where upon meeting an extremely large new rival outfit in Chicago, it appeared they instantly knew my gang and were very hostile. They were attacking my members doing deliveries, two of them even tried to do a hit and run with some heavy firepower, almost killing one of my main debt collectors, which is a large portion of my family's income. Now, this could all be chalked up to just some groups being hostile to competition, but looking into their relations, it goes deeper. It turns out in-game, 2 years prior while I was still expanding my group, Edward Marlowe, who's the leader of my group, and two of his captains took out a group of small-time criminals that were controlling a street next to our territory. Well, what do you know, it would so happen that one of those small-time criminals was related to one of the high-up leaders of this new organization. Business owners in the area started talking, and what do you know, it spread to the leader of this new big organization, and upon hearing that I'd killed one of their close friends, they instantly started attacking my drivers the second we made contact with them. Absolutely fucking wild. Now, I will admit, sometimes the dialogue with owners can get a little bit repetitive. For example, extorting businesses is a matter of walking up to a business and basically telling them that they pay us now to exist. If they refuse, it's quite lackluster and I wish there was more detail. It simply boils down to, well, this scenario right here. Hey Tony, but we here own these streets now, so you owe us a little bit of money to keep yourself safe in this rough and tumble world, you know what I'm saying? I'll be back tomorrow to ask you the same question until you decide to pay up, Tony. If they refuse, you literally just every few days turn up and trash their shop and attack them until they finally realize having a daily beatdown session isn't good for your health or money. From my playthroughs, there's been almost no repercussions minus a tiny negative relationship hit between you and them, and that's a mild inconvenience at most, so I feel it would be great if that could be expanded on a little bit. The game operates a cool mechanic called favors. By selling regularly to businesses or assisting them with favors, you'll earn favors back. You can use these to convince them to let you set up a front to expand your territory from their shop, or ask them to get you in touch with other business owners that could potentially buy the stuff that you're selling. Or you can ask them to even put in a good word for you to convince them that you're trustworthy so they sell you stuff that you need. If you're in need of firepower, some businesses will be able to get their hands on a weapon or two on the house to repay the favour they owe you and assist you with keeping their shop safe from yourselves. You are the problem. If you're a fan of optimizing and setting up trade routes, that was my phone, to maximize your profit and cut down on potential losses from your drivers getting caught by police, you'll love setting up delivery routes, constantly adding and tweaking to it as your business and clients expand, slowly but surely taking on new members via calling in a favor from businesses to see if they know any associates that are looking for any kind of work, buying new vehicles and making sure they stay repaired. This game is just a rabbit hole of things to do, and that's why it's so dangerous to get invested in. You'll convince yourself just one more thing and then I'll go to sleep, and before you know it, 5 hours have passed and you're still playing with something new you're now trying to achieve in your playthrough. In a past playthrough, I pulled a favour from a business owner to get me a revolver, as I was in a small war with a small time gang over territory. I ended up shooting their leader down just outside his territory, but little did I know, upon coming back to my business to continue my regular sales of bootleg wine, the business owner that I sell to was absolutely broken after word spread I'd killed someone he knew with the gun that he supplied me. Absolutely crazy. This resulted in him completely refusing to buy any of my supply or sell me anything that I needed to produce the wine, which meant I had to completely revamp my entire production and find a new business owner to rely on for import and export. Overall, I'd give this game an 8 out of 10. It is a really cool game if you're into turn-based crime management games. I will admit, it does get a little dull sometimes, but once you really start to dig into the details of the game, you can find hundreds of thousands of hours of enjoyment out of it. If you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, as it lets me know I'm doing something right with these videos and it helps it put it into the algorithm for more people to see this sort of content. As always, just like this review, I've been Just Useless, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Or maybe not. Farewell. It's like that, my camera stopped recording perfectly in time. That's crazy.